copyright notices. If you wish to read, pause the video. The original videos are linked in the description down below. Enjoy. Alright then, so in this one we're going to be looking at autistic audits and his interaction at the council office but with the police. It's a weird one because it's a civil matter which the police get involved in, and to do it under to prevent a breach of the peace. It's a weird one. I'll get into it a bit further into it and give my opinions on what I believe this is, because I don't agree 100% with autistics on this one, and I definitely don't agree 100% with the police. I'll tell you what I think should have happened during this video, so let's just get straight into it.
Hello.
Hi there.
Leave you not for leaving. Is it right?
What crime am you suspecting me of?
Not suspicious of any crime.
Okay then, I've got no time for you then.
Okay.
No conversation.
Right. Why is the reason you're not leaving?
Do you suspect me of a crime, officer?
No.
Then I've just said I'm not speaking to you.
Right. Okay.
If you don't suspect me of a crime, then there's no conversation.
But just wondered why you're not leaving.
I just wondered why you've not told me that you're recording.
Well, you telling me you recorded?
No, because it's not in my policy, but it is in
No, it's
Greater
not
Manchester
my
Police policy. Yes, it is.
All right, I'm recording.
Right, but you're supposed to do that right away.
Am I?
Yeah.
All right then. Can I ask you why you're not leaving, please?
Can I ask your numbers?
Yeah, 15212.
From which?
Side.
Sorry?
Same side.
Ashton Police Station.
Yeah, same side, yeah.
And your name?
Don't need to give you my name.
3 pieces of information.
No, I don't need to give you my name.
Right, so you're refusing to identify.
Up to 15212, told you.
We're not having a conversation because you've not suspected me of criminal offence and I haven't committed one.
Can I ask you to leave to prevent a further breach of the peace?
There hasn't been a breach of the peace. There's been
Well,
nobody threatened.
We've had a call.
There's been nobody
Are you
threatened.
leaving the...
There's been nobody threatened.
Would you like to leave? Yeah.
Alright then, so straight away, I do like how he goes about getting this officer to identify himself correctly. Didn't inform him, well, he believes he doesn't have to inform him about recording, and he did identify correctly, 3 forms of identification. The costume is one, the shoulder number is another, and the station could be another. I'm not 100% sure because I honestly don't give a shit really about police. What's important to me is shoulder number and the station they work from. That's what's important to me, because with that information you can get everything you need. He got that, but it goes to prevent a further breach of the peace. I don't know what happened before this, but the way autistics is sat there, that is not a breach of the peace. Plus, what else is very important in a minute is what is said in a minute is, I believe, is quite important, because autistics right, there is no threat of violence or anything here, so a breach of the peace is irrelevant in this situation. So let's just continue.
So, are you saying that there's a breach of the peace now?
To prevent.
There's no breach of the peace?
Okay then.
I've not threatened anybody.
This gentleman has closed the premises, so there's no reason for you
We're
to
not
stay.
having a conversation.
So therefore...
I haven't committed a criminal offence. This
Right,
is a
don't
civil
leave,
matter.
please.
This is a civil matter.
Why?
Because it's a
Why
civil
are you
matter.
staying, Roy?
It's a civil matter.
Why are
My
you
name's
staying?
not Roy.
Is it not? Not
No.
Roy West?
No,
Do you want to provide me information?
no, I don't. No.
Right then. Well, it is an offence not to provide a police officer with information.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Under what section of law?
I think it's section 50.
Under
Too
section
sure.
50?
I'm not too sure to be
Is
honest.
it?
I'll be truthful for that, yeah.
Okay then, so it's actually on about section 50 of the Police Reform Act of 2002. The funny thing is, section 50 is person engaging in antisocial behaviour. If a constable in uniform has reasonable belief that a person has engaged or is engaging in antisocial behaviour, he may request that person to give his name and address to that constable. The funny thing is he engaging in antisocial behaviour? The answer to that is no. So he is under no legal obligation to give you his name and address, constable. So no, it's not against the law. Just because you want to spout section 50, you have to have reasonable belief that a person has or is engaging in antisocial behaviour. Refusing to leave a property is not antisocial behaviour.
Right then,
Well, could you please leave so they can shut up?
no, because this is a civil matter still,
Right.
and I don't wish to talk to you. I
Okay.
keep on saying this to your officer. Stop talking because I don't want to talk
Well,
to you.
I will talk.
Well, you carry on, but I'm not going to answer
Right.
anymore, okay?
Why don't you want to leave? There's got to be a reason why you want to stay here when it shuts up who you have to see in. Is there anything that we can do to facilitate a peaceful outcome for you to leave?
The council are aware of what they need to do.
Okay, but the council aren't here now, are they?
So we've finished this conversation, okay?
No, I'm just talking to you.
Yeah, and I'm just not talking to you.
Just have a conversation with
And
you.
I'm just not having a
See, if there's
conversation with
something
you.
that I can do that would facilitate you to leave here.
Well, no, I don't think so. Not at this moment in time, because I haven't committed a criminal offence, and that you've been throwing like legislation as if it was like a thing, and you don't even know it. So.
Well, I know it's an offence for you not to give me a name, but
No, it's not an offence.
You
You have to have reasonable grounds
For what?
first for an offence.
I'm not saying you committed an offence.
Right then, so you're not entitled to my
I haven't
name.
said you've done anything.
Then you're not entitled to my name.
Well, I know your name anyway.
I just spoke with this gent here, and apparently, do you want to see the management?
I'm not talking to you, mate.
Well, anyway,
You can
tell my
talk to you.
colleague-
Yeah,
I'll
you
tell my
push you can.
colleague
Yeah.
what he said. Apparently, he wants to see the management over the matter, but the management aren't in. So
Okay, so do you understand that, Roy? The management.
My name's not Roy. You keep on calling me Roy. Why do you keep on calling
Have
me
you got any
Roy?
identification so I know who I'm talking to?
I don't need to give you identification.
Well, it's just so I've got the right person.
Right. Well, you haven't.
Do you know this gentleman's details? No. Do you know why he wants to see the management?
No idea.
And how long has he been sat here?
I think it's 3 o'clock.
Right, okay. And have you made any attempts to ask him to leave?
Yes.
Okay. So there you go. The management aren't here that you want to see.
Right. But this is still a civil matter, and not a police matter.
There's nobody here, is there?
It's not a police matter.
Well, there's nobody here.
It's not a police matter.
Well, if you're going to stay here, obviously this gentleman can't go home, can he?
It's
You
not.
can't lock it.
It's not a police
Right,
matter.
Right, doesn't matter if it's a police matter. Let's be reasonable.
It's not a police matter.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
So
be reasonable.
I am being
This gentleman's
reasonable,
asked you to leave.
and I have been reasonable with all of the people that I've spoken to.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's now 20 to 6.
Yeah, it's 20 to 6,
Yeah,
and
there's nobody
yeah.
here. You can't stay here till Monday.
All right then. So at this point, the police are dealing with a trespass because this section is now over. Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act of 1972, which is the extension of definition of a public place in the Public Orders Act of 1936. It's a legal definition of what a public place is. So under this section, public place includes any highway, any other premises or place to which at a material time, important there, material time, the public have or are permitted access or permitted to have access, whether on payment or otherwise. Key word in this is material time and permitted access. It's a government building. The building is now closed. That material time is over. So it becomes trespass. We all know trespass is a civil matter, nothing to do with the police. It's not a criminal offence. It becomes a criminal offence when it comes aggravated trespass, which is under the Criminal Justice and Policing Orders Act of 1994, section 68, which is an offence of aggravated trespass. So I'm just gonna let this play that out there because
1. A person commits the offence of aggravated trespass if he trespasses on land, F1 in the open air, and in relation to any lawful activity which persons are engaging in or are about to engage in on that or adjoining land, F2 in the open air, does there anything which is intended by him to have the effect A. Of intimidating those persons or any of them so as to deter them or any of them from engaging in that activity. B. Of obstructing that activity, or C. Of disrupting that activity.
So it cannot be aggravated trespass because the building is now closed. So he is not disrupting any of the lawful activities, not obstructing activity because there is nobody there for him to obstruct. And I honestly don't believe he's there to intimidate people from engaging in their lawful activity. So aggravated trespass is ruled out in my opinion. But because it is a trespass matter, the security can use reasonable force to remove him from that property. Not the police, the security. The police can't get involved in a civil matter. That's what this is. It's a civil matter, in my opinion. And the security can use reasonable force to remove him from the property. The security should have used reasonable force to remove him from the property. The fact that it doesn't have legal right to be there now because the material time's been and gone, so it's no longer classed as a public place. And he's not committing a aggravated trespass because it's closed, so he's not disrupting the activities, in my opinion. He's not obstructing the activities, or it could be classed as obstructing the activities of somebody there, but that's the security to leave, that is it. And is not intimidating anybody. So I honestly don't believe it's aggravated trespass. For those people who say it's aggravated trespass, it wouldn't be. It is just a civil matter. Autistic his rights, but the security are allowed to use reasonable force to remove you from that property. But let's continue.
Well, I'm still waiting for a manager.
Well, they're not here.
Well, it's still a civil matter.
But it might be, but you're not here.
It's
There's
still a
nobody
civil
here, is there?
matter.
There's nobody here.
It's still a civil matter.
Is there anybody that you want me to call, management-wise? See what I can do.
What, in your management?
Oh, here.
No, that would be better if you called your management.
Why do you want me to call my management?
Oh, you can do if you want.
For what?
Well, no, I won't go into that at the moment, but I will do if you proceed. But seriously, I'm not that person who you keep on saying.
You know?
No. And I did give my details to them. Not to him, but to the other chap who's gone. I'd love to know who Roy West is, though.
You just look like him, that's all.
Definitely not him. That's offensive to the public, that badge, you know.
What badge?
That badge that he's wearing. It's
Which
not
one?
the defaced British flag. It's not standard on your uniform. It, from your perspective, it commemorates your colleagues who might have fallen or had some kind of accident at work or in custody. But it leaves off all the victims who might die in custody or might say die under a police van on a 999,
Right,
that kind of thing.
not talking about badges.
Well, I'm not talking sort of like thing. I don't have to talk.
Discussion, is it?
Yeah, it is. To me, it is. To me, it is.
Are you going to leave?
What are you going to do?
So I can remove it to prevent a further breach of the peace.
There's not been a breach of the peace, has there?
Because it's that gentleman, wherever he is.
No, but I've not
Because
threatened
he's had
him.
reason to call us.
No, because I've reassured him that there's no threat of violence
Also,
and that there's
Do you
no...
want to stand up, please?
So you're going to assault me now?
No, I'm asking you to stand up.
You're going to assault me?
No, I'm not. I'm
Well,
not such a...
Well, I'm not going to stand up.
please.
I'm not going to stand
Right,
up.
okay.
So you're
Being
assaulting me now?
detained at this moment.
You insulted me, officer.
One question.
You insulted me. This is a civil matter. This is a
Okay, there
civil
will be a
matter.
record of this assault down as use of force.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to sit, you can ask your solicitor for it and they will speak to us.
Yeah, I can't go down there. I've got a bad leg.
Okay then, so let's have a look at the breach of the peace, which is a Section 5 of the Public Orders Act of 1936. This is all I can find. It's the original writings, and let me just let it read it out loud.
Prohibition of offensive conduct conducive to breaches of the peace. Any person who in any public place or at any public meeting uses threatening, abusive or insulting words or behavior with intent to provoke a breach of the peace or whereby a breach of the peace is likely to be occasioned, shall be guilty of an offence.
So in my opinion, the key words in this is public place or public meeting. we've already established this place is no longer public under the Section 33, a public place, because the material time is over, which makes it a private place. So can a breach of the peace really be committed in a private place? If it could, would it not be set in here? To prevent in a public place or a public meeting, and he has to use threatening, abusive, or insulting words or behaviour, which is intended to provoke a breach of the peace. We all know there was no threats. There weren't abuse or insulting words or behaviour. So what is the reason for the detaining under Section 5 to prevent a breach of the peace? This one is going to be a funny one, isn't it? Because a lot of police officers like to use this, and what they don't actually understand, it has to happen in a public place or a public meeting. The public meeting one can happen in a private building if it is a public meeting. This is not a public meeting, so it's irrelevant. We've established that it's now a private building and a private place because it's no longer open to the public. Well, let's continue.
Which way do you want to go then?
The left, please.
Okay. You want to see the management? Come back on Monday.
I can't come back on Monday. I live in Scotland.
Complaint in writing.
Can I just
Or by the
tie my
Scotland.
shoelace?
Okay. There's no management there, so you don't have to stay there, do you? There you go. Give me details so I can use the clothes for me.
No.
No? So
No.
Use no details.
Yeah.
Okay. 17
Oh, you're
plus.
wearing one of the gang badges as
I
well?
am, yes. From the colleagues that died.
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
about the other victims, you know?
What are the victims?
The ones in custody?
I'm not interested in them at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm interested in my colleagues that have died.
Yeah,
By
but
the
not
people that
victims
are,
in
by
custody.
by the people that are in custody. Okay, that represents two of my colleagues that died.
Yeah, but not the actual
That's
victims.
them are my two
The other
colleagues.
victims, you know?
Yeah, well, let's go over there, please. Let's go away.
So I want to get you on camera, obviously.
Yes, alright, go on. Still, please.
You know. Can I have your numbers, please?
Yeah, 71089.
71089.
It is there.
Thank you,
should
mate.
know that.
No, but I'm dyslexic, so I can't
Okay,
read.
well, that's my number.
Yeah, okay. Can I have yours, guys, please? Yours numbers.
What?
Can I have your numbers, please?
69496.
06043.
And you're from Ashton as well?
Yeah, but she's not dealt with this, has she? So
No, but she's here, isn't she?
for hers.
Because she's
You
here.
don't need it.
She's here, she's a witness.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Just get on the left to go downstairs.
Do I want to? I've
Well, I know
already
you
said
don't
I
want to,
don't
but
want to.
I'm asking you. It would make things a lot easier, wouldn't it? Because you said you can't use the steps, so make sure you get down the lift safely.
Yeah, well, I can do that on my own, can't
Okay, well that's fine.
I? Yeah,
We'll just stay here then, so you decide to go.
okay.
Okay,
I'm heading over to Ashton.
well, that's fine. Nice.
We were speaking to Inspector Helen Baxter
That's nice.
from
Okay.
Broadstock.
Yeah, nice. Good for you.
Lee.
Yeah, I know who he is, Mr.
Yeah.
Broadstock. There's something that what you want to look in the book.
Yeah, actually.
Alright, what would you like to see?
All of it.
You can't do because it's under data protection.
Yeah, right, well. You did ask me though.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no
Well, you
point
just-
asking
it's
me.
just like kept trying to peek over, see what was writing.
Yeah, well, that's not against law either, is it? So, you've actually detained me then, so am I
No.
undetained now?
You're being released now.
Right, okay. Have you got an incident record for this?
Yeah, well,
Thank you, Josh. You're an absolute gentleman, thank you.
Back to one.
Just hold on a minute, sir.
Are you on?
We need to go in and see before we get out.
Back to one, two. Have you get the logbook for this job at same side one, please? Thank you. 2160 of today.
2160 of today's date.
Of today.
2160
Yeah.
of today's date. Thank you. Right. So I'm going to be making a claim now with HNK solicitors because you just ejected me from there on a civil matter under detainment of breach of the peace when there wasn't any breach of the peace.
Obviously, that's the security guard felt there was.
No, he didn't, because he was absolutely reassured, and he said he's not under threat.
Right. Conversation's over, isn't it? You've left. You do what you want to do. Okay.
No, I am going to do what I want to do. I always do what I want to do.
Ta-ra.
Bye. I'll see you over at the station, and
We won't see me there.
well, I might do.
Well, thanks, Sid.
I might
You're in
do.
the front bit, I'll be in the back.
No, maybe that I'll be in the car park. Who knows?
So what do I think will happen? Nothing really. Yes, he might go to HNKs, like you said, get a bit of money out of it, but nothing will happen to the police, which clearly don't know the law. First, he was on about he's entitled to his name under Section 50 just because he knows it's a criminal offence not to give it, but he doesn't actually know the law, where we all know Section 50. You have to be committing antisocial behaviour. He doesn't know the difference between a public, a civil matter and a police matter. And then he abuses the prevention of a breach of the peace. He abuses that section because he clearly doesn't understand the difference between public and private. This officer which did all this, what will happen? Nothing. I think Autistics will probably put a complaint in. They'll find he did no wrongdoing because that's just what they do. And then, no, it'll be no further action. There'll be no discipline. There'll be nothing. We all know all complaints, only 1% of complaints actually go somewhere, and that's when there's enough public uproar for it to happen. This PCSO and his snarky comments was unnecessary, didn't need to be done. But we all know the cover for themselves. That badge is absolute disgrace, and I've got to agree with Autistics here. More people die in police custody or after a police interaction than the police have died. I think that number outnumbers it from every single police officer, which is since the police forces have been open in just 1 year. So I think more citizens die after police interactions or being in police custody than the whole police force. The police have died in that whole time the police has been established. But I'm not going to pull up their numbers at the moment. I know the numbers are something like that. I don't know about this year or last year, but I know 1 year there was more people killed in custody than there was police killed in the whole time of being police. But now I'm just ranting on. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.